Hi, this is Ashley Victoria Robinson coming to you from the Popverse here at San Diego Comic-Con, and in a post-Her Universe fashion show world, honestly, this is the saddest day of the year, I am joined by Robin Motts to talk all about the behind the scenes of the hot topic of it all. So, Robin, what's your job title and what does it mean for us normal people with no skills?
My job title is General Merchandise Manager for Hot Topic, and what that means is my team goes out there and scours for all of the hottest things when it comes to fandoms and how to truly work with companies to make those products come to life and put them on the floor at the right time.
And how do you integrate with the winners that we've seen from the Her Universe fashion show?
So once Her Universe fashion show winners are announced, then we go into looking at what collections they're going to design. And so we have those picked. They're usually about a year out from the time of the show, and they really get in there and they start thinking about what the emotional connection is for them with the collection that they're designing. They'll work with our team and make that come to life.
That's amazing. A year out. For anybody who maybe including myself, doesn't understand why a whole year? Why do we take so much time?
Well, we take time on the front end to really understand the details and what do we want to say for the fan and how do we want to create that connection. Obviously, there's time for production, time for transit, but we also need to build in time with the studios and with the rights holders to make sure that everything we're doing for the collection is in best representation of the property as well.
And I know that you get to work with so many incredible properties that we here love so much, from like horror to anime to geeky stuff. A little birdie told me that maybe you'd been working on some has-been hotel stuff. Can you tell me about that?
I can. Our fans let us know almost instantly when Has Been Hotel came out originally before Amazon that's something they were interested in, and they've been asking for it for quite some time, and they've been loud. We heard it loud and clear, and we've been begging to do product with Has Been Hotel. So finally, after lots of emails, lots of phone calls, we got in contact with them, and they were gracious enough to allow us to work on products. So we've got our first product here at the Her Universe booth, just a couple styles, a little sneak peek, but we're working on collection drops within the next coming quarter. So you'll see in the future items that are more built up and cut and sew, and really an ability to live in that world. We just need a little time to make it.
That's really cool. That is, so we'll be seeing obviously a lot of that by this time next year.
Oh yeah.
Wandering around here on the floor.
Oh yeah.
For any fans watching who are hearing this and they're like, well, I have this fandom that I'm obsessed with and I really want Hot Topic to be, what is the most polite and professional way that they can get in touch with you to express, I love this property, nobody's making content or clothing around them, and a Hot Topic would be the best place for it to be?
You know, I don't even ask that it's polite. We want that feedback, and we are clamoring for that feedback. We look for feedback from our fans in every direction we can. That's why we have the majority of our buying team is on the floor today. They're walking around, they're talking to fans and looking at what fans are most interested in, what's up and coming. We scour through all of our social media posts and look for comments, and we truly do read those and take those to heart and see what we can do to make that happen. You know, there's options in the website where you can take a survey and it'll ask you what you're looking for. So anyway, you can submit a request, we'll take it, and it doesn't even have to be polite.
You are so kind. I'm like, only be polite, only be nice.
Let us know what you want.
Are there any properties that you are a fan of that have been like a pet project or that you're hoping you might get to work with in future?
Well, actually, yes. I'm very excited about Wicked coming out later this year. I'm a big fan of the musical, a big fan of the original Wizard of Oz. The cast is stellar.
Incredible.
Everything we've heard about the set, all of the sneak peeks that we have seen are just absolutely on point, and so I can't wait to make that come to life.
Wait, I want to know, who's your favorite Elphaba?
Oh.
Who's got the best riff?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with this year's Elphaba.
Oh, good answer. That's a good answer. That's always correct. For any future Her Universe winners who are watching this and they're trying to take inspiration for how they might work with you in future, what's your best advice for somebody coming in who's maybe working with Hot Topic for the first time?
Well, do you mean in terms of the show or in terms of future design?
You know, why don't you give me both?
I would say for the show, what I'm looking for is, you know, as we talked about earlier, our mission for Hot Topic is to take what people are passionate about and make that come into their world in an everyday way where they can take it with them. So we're looking for not just a logo slap on a t-shirt, but we're looking for the true emotional connection. What was the point in that movie that really got you, and that was when you fell in love with it, and how do you emulate that through product? So we look for that when we're designing and doing our collections and working with these individuals, but I also look for it on the runway. It's really important to me to see that there's an emotional connection for the designer with the property, and that they've taken the storytelling details and that they've woven it into the piece. And then on top of that, looking for it to also walk well on the runway, because there's a lot of gowns that are beautiful up front, and you can see so much work and technicality put into them, but you lose some of that on the runway when you're not as close. So it has to walk well as well.
Oh, that's so interesting, because talking about her Universe Fashion Show specifically, it's kind of an integration between what you're trying to do at Hot Topic for day wear and like stuff that maybe you can
version of what we're trying to do every day, and it really does apply all the way through. So watching the designers as they come through with their individual dresses and what they put together gives us inspiration as a buying team for ways that we can also take small key details and connect with our customer.
You've kind of like blown my mind. I'm like, wow, incredible. And then lastly but not leastly, because we are here at San Diego Comic-Con, what are you geeking out about right now that you're not working on? So I guess you can't answer me because you're working on everything. Or what's something that you're looking forward to while you're here?
I'm most excited, actually, one of my favorite parts of the show is walking Artist Alley.
Yes.
And so I love seeing just different fan art interpretations, and it also gives us a window into what is most important to the fans and which parts of the IP the fans are gravitating towards, because that's what they're recreating. That's where there's a white space and what they're really looking to see product. And there are some truly phenomenal artists in that Artist Alley. So that's, for me personally, that's one of my favorites.
It's the best answer. Robin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.